Our goal is to win a Super Bowl. How crazy did it sound when CJ said, yo, they brought me here to get to the Super Bowl.
Let's go.
They didn't bring me in here so we can just kind of play around and have cute seasons. He's had those types of seasons where he knows what it takes to get to the top. And everything that at least he was saying about this team and what he knew about that locker room and about the coaches was that this team had a date with destiny. Obviously, we saw how it fell short. And it was in gut-punching fashion. JB, I did send that. We're going to play that before this segment ends, man.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, but everything that they're saying, I feel like this is the first year where I can actually believe what the Detroit Lions are trying to sell. I know fans are livid about where the season tickets are at in terms of prices and everything, but this is a team that I do believe, at the very least, get back to the Super Bowl. The players are saying it, I believe them. The coaches are locked in, I believe them. They even started on kind of shoring up some of the things that we talked about last year. Obviously, they're not at the draft yet. They can't get into free agency yet, but they were able to go lock down those coordinators for another season. They were able to go and bring in Tennessee Titans defensive line coach and run game coordinator Terrell Williams, and he comes from a great staff. It's not just what he does, but everything he's going to bring from that kind of Coach Vrabel coaching tree right into the Detroit Lions organization and locker room. And we talked about, they got to get home. They got to get home. The defensive line has to get home. They're already showing that they're serious about making sure that any deficiency they had, that they're filling it. And I do believe that this takes them up just a notch. I know people talking about the NFC North is getting tougher and all that. Yeah. I don't really care. You know what? Be battle tested. I thought the second half of last season, the NFC North was already showing and proving to be pretty tough. And they had an opportunity to get 3 teams into the playoffs.
Yeah. And it's going to be tougher moving forward, but my overlying point is that, no, they're not going to win the Super Bowl the next 5 years. They're not going to have the greatest dynasty in NFL history or anything like that, or at least we think they won't. I think that's a pretty safe bet, but I just want Lions fans and their players, of course, they do, to have the expectation that if they don't win the Super Bowl, then there is something to be left to be desired at the end of the season. And hell, I'll even go failure because, as I said before, and I hate to keep bringing up these teams, with the Kansas City Chiefs, and I know that they might win their third and they might get complacent, but the reality is, do they care about that home playoff win that they got, for example, against the Miami Dolphins this year? Do the 49ers care about that home playoff game win that they got against the Packers? Do the Buffalo Bills care about that home playoff win that they got against the Pittsburgh Steelers, for example? Hell, do the Dallas Cowboys even care about that road playoff win they got at Tampa Bay last year? And these are the Cowboys. These are the team that we laugh at, and rightfully so. They choked again, but at least they have the expectations that we got to win the Super Bowl. And the Lions are better than the Cowboys right now. They're better set up for the future. I get it. We're new to success, but the standard for success for this season, win the division, win a playoff game. Hell, they won 2. Massively successful season. But we got a taste of a 17-point halftime lead in the NFC Championship game. And I don't want to ever feel that again. No. I still feel like,
gut punch.
And I still feel like that is a missed opportunity, and I feel like the Lions may never get a chance to have a 17-point halftime lead in an NFC Championship game again. Doesn't mean that they won't get back? No. Doesn't mean that they won't win this thing next year or win the Super Bowl next year? No. It's just, it was a golden opportunity, and the Lions should use that fire and use that devastation to try to win the Super Bowl next year, and I think that Lions fans are fair to expect it. That's all.
But at the very least, then, we can say that this Detroit Lions team deserves to be talked about amongst all of the other teams that we know are perennial playoff, make their perennial playoff appearances. I asked this at the beginning of the season to Terry Foster. I was on the heavyweights. I asked it. I believe I asked it on one of the shows with you as well, Sam. Are we finally at a stage where, like, 49ers fans, Patriot fans for years, Seahawks fans for years, Cowboys fans, are we finally there where we know our team is a real team, and that when we see quotes like this from Amon-Ra St. Brown, well, he was on the Pro Bowl. Mm-hmm. Ben Johnson, we know he texted this to Amon-Ra. Is this finally something we can actually believe in? Unfinished business, that this team can be mentioned yearly amongst the best? That's the question. But you know what? You did mention something about that gut punch, man. Yeah. JB, you got that graphic in that video?
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Hey, first of all, show the JMO one, because everybody's talking about it from the Detroit Lions. They're the ones stating, you know what? We will be back. And he said, look, man, we're going to be back, Max. Y'all might be wondering who Max is. Max is every single Detroit Lions fan after the San Francisco 49ers lost, man. You got to play this video for the people.
Lost. We waited 30 years to be in the Super Bowl. And that's what the Detroit Lions did to us. they did this to us. And this go to every Detroit Lions player, to the Detroit Lions team. Like, why do y'all do this? Y'all stop. Y'all was doing good at first, and then y'all stopped doing it. Y'all could have had tackled Christian McCaffrey we lost. I don't know what just happened right there. Oh, we lost. Y'all could have tackled Christian McCaffrey when he had made that touchdown. That was an easy tackle. And CJ, I didn't even know what you was doing by this point, but I'm not mad at you. I'm just mad at myself because, bro, I'm still with the Detroit Lions team, the Detroit Lions players and stuff. Like, I still like their team, and they gonna be the best team. But we waited 30 years to be in the Super Bowl, and this y'all give us. We want money. We is broke. People live in the trenches. Well, not me. I live in the suburbs, but people live in the trenches and they trying to get out. They trying to get a new house and they trying to live in the suburbs. I don't even know what to say. But yeah, peace.
Oh my gosh. We trying to live in the suburbs, man. We in the trenches, dog. But I swear, man, every Detroit Lions fan probably felt like that after the San Francisco 49ers, man. I felt like that was my inner voice right after that game. It was a gut punch. And I never want to feel that feeling again. And what I get from this Detroit Lions organization and this team, especially Penei Sewell, when they ask him, hey, what did this season mean to you? It didn't mean anything.